thank you for being with us. How has this concession gone down with the demonstrators you've spoken to?
Yes, hello Nadia. It may sound like quite a big concession to those out in the streets. That issue that has been perhaps most associated with these pension reforms, the idea of moving the pension age up from 62 to 64, has now been put on hold for a limited period of time. But from the people that we've spoken to within the last half an hour or so, they're actually not particularly impressed with that. And that's because the main union that's mobilising people out here today is the CGT. That is the hardline union here in France that is against all pension reforms altogether. They don't want to see the 42 different pension systems in France standardised into one. I just spoke to several people from who are striking from the railway network, and they told me that they think it's fine. They're happy enough that the government has decided to pause on that pivot age from 64 to 62, but really that's not the issue why they're out in the streets. They want the entire system to change. But I think it remains to be seen whether or not that is simply the voice of perhaps some of the most hardline protesters, and whether some of the broader French public, the 60% of people who do support the protest action, will now be happy with that concession from the French Prime Minister. You mentioned a little earlier the more moderate French union praising this move by the French government. And sorry about that, Nadia. As you can see, passion's running high, flagged as well. But there you are, as I said. Not the best reaction here in the street to those concessions, despite what you might have come to believe.
And it's been 38 days of industrial action by various professions who are represented behind you there. What's the atmosphere like in today's rally?
Well, it sort of looks, busy at the moment, busy and jolly enough. I'm here, my colleague nearly fell over, that's how busy it is at the moment. I'm here in Place de Bastille, kind of heart of protest movements here in France. And well, at the moment it looks pretty calm, pretty boisterous, pretty loud. But earlier on there was a little bit of violence that we saw as well. An HSBC bank down the road had its windows smashed. A number of bus stops had been smashed as well. We'll have to see throughout the evening whether that becomes a kind of bigger trend. It's worth noting that there's a big police presence here today, or whether it will remain as it is now, full of singing, dancing and plenty of flags as well.
Nadia Massy reporting there from the heart of Paris. Thank you.